Today I'm pleased to announce historic reforms to dramatically accelerate access to new medical research and treatments based on psychedelic drugs. In many cases, these experimental treatments have shown life-changing potential for those suffering from severe mental illness and depression, including our cherished veterans. Our veterans are having a tremendous hard time. You know, the suicide rate, we have it down a little bit, but they are having a hard time. And I got a call from a number of people, including the great Joe Rogan, and he said we have to do something about this.
So this morning, Trump signed an executive order directing the FDA to fast track these medicines and get them a priority review. And he committed $50 million to this research, directing the FDA, the Departments of Veterans Affairs, the Departments of Health and Human Services to all collaborate and share information about clinical trials, specifically for veterans. And this is huge because it opens the doors to so much potential to help patients that need these medicines, especially underneath the current Right to Try Act without waiting for full FDA approval. And as he signed the order, he had RFK Jr. to one side and Joe Rogan to the other side. And look, whatever you think about those two people, RFK has been pushing this and beating this drum for years. In 2024, he wrote about the freedom to use these medicines. And Joe Rogan has been talking about these on his podcast for longer than most people even knew what some of these were. And so this is their moment too. And in my experience, these medicines make people more open-minded, more loving, more compassionate. So I'm secretly hoping that as a nation, this can move us closer in that direction. And I would love it if Trump scheduled a ceremony for himself and his entire cabinet. But I digress. Here's what people aren't talking about. Many of Trump's biggest financial supporters also support these therapies. You remember Elon Musk? Yep, remember his addiction to ketamine on the campaign trail? Or how about the billionaire Peter Thiel, who is the whole reason why J.D. Vance is even vice president right now? Thiel has quietly been investing hundreds of millions of dollars into these therapies, into companies like Compass Pathways and Adia Life Sciences. And so when people ask, why is a Republican president suddenly championing this cause? One reason is because veterans have been the one group that's been most benefited by these medicines and most vocal about this topic. And the other reason is follow the money. And honestly, I'm okay with that. Now, they keep framing this as new research, but that bothers me a little bit because this is not new on any level. Indigenous cultures have been working with these medicines for thousands of years. You have Maria Sabina and the Mazatec people of Oaxaca, you have Amazon traditions with Mother Aya, and you have my ancestors, Arawak Taino people, who were using these medicines when Columbus first landed on our island in 1492. These are ancient healing technologies that have been used by society for longer than we have written history. And now, even within Western research, we have thousands of clinical trials and studies going back to the 1950s and 1960s that is until Nixon's war on drugs, which was not about public safety at all. It was really designed to target two communities, Black communities and the anti-war left. And by criminalizing these communities, what we effectively did is we stopped research for 50 years underneath the Schedule I and also the war on drugs. And now, when people say we need more research, I call bull for that reason. But here's where I land as a veteran. As someone who is a chaplain, a medicine man, someone who has had these medicines change my life as well as the lives of others in ways that nothing else could, this is a big deal. It's a huge success, and I'm glad that we're finally moving in the right direction. And I'd love to know your thoughts. If you have some, drop them in the comments below. Thanks.